Welcome back, friends. Hang on to your seatbelts, because today you are getting a massive fact-filled video from Elvis Police. This video blows the lid off of the big can of baloney and proves without a shadow of a doubt that Pastor Bob Joyce is not Elvis Presley and never was. With special thanks to our friend Joy and the hard-working detectives on Facebook, we have the photographic proof that Bob Joyce has always been Bob Joyce. So, let's get started. Here are photos of Bob Joyce's parents. His father Mel was born Clyde Melvin Joyce. He clearly looks near identical to his son Bob. Mr. Joyce honorably served in the United States Navy and was married to Bob's beautiful mother, Catherine Deardoff. They had 3 children together. 2 daughters named Anita and Teresa, and Bob, who was born Robert Wayne Joyce on June 19, 1952. Here are photos of Bob Joyce and his sisters, Anita and Teresa, in 1963 and 1976. Bob was 24 years old in 1976, and we can already see that he is the exact same Bob Joyce that we know today. He is only older now, and a pastor with white hair and a beard. This next photo here is of 19-year-old Bob Joyce with his mother Catherine after he graduated boot camp and was about to be shipped out to Germany in 1971. This is an even earlier photo of Bob than the previous 2, and he clearly is Pastor Bob Joyce and not Elvis Presley. And here we have a photo of Bob Joyce with his daughter Sabrina in 1983. Clearly the same man we're seeing in all of these photos. Here Bob is 31 years old and now has his trademark beard that he has today, only darker. Here is another photo from the 1980s of Pastor Bob Joyce. This photo was taken in 1985 when Bob was 33 years old. And here is a Pastor Bob Joyce with his beautiful daughter Sabrina on her wedding day in 2009. In this photo here from 2016, we see Bob Joyce and his sisters Anita and Teresa when Bob was 64 years old. And lastly, we have a side-by-side comparison of the photos of Bob Joyce and his sisters in 1976 and 2016. They are clearly all the same Joyce family members that they were 40 years earlier. Elvis Presley was still performing on stages and living at Graceland in 1976. Bob Joyce was not. He hadn't even visited Graceland as an Elvis fan yet. So there we have it, folks. No matter how much some people wish to believe that Pastor Bob Joyce is Elvis, he clearly is not and never was. He has been imitating Elvis's singing voice, mannerisms, and movements for decades, and is an excellent method actor and entertainer who also happens to be a great pastor that incorporates the spirit of Elvis into his preaching. Pastor Bob helps make the world a more interesting and beautiful place. He doesn't have to be Elvis himself to do this, but singing and acting like he is does certainly help.